Hi, and welcome to another session on strategic management. I'm Safiullah Shinwari. Dear students, in this lecture, we're going to discuss once again the hierarchical levels of a strategy. In our previous two lectures, we talked about the corporate level strategy. Previously, we explained what's growth strategy, stability strategy, but in this session, we're going to talk about the retrenchment strategy. And we'll discuss why and when the organizations or the business enterprises they are utilizing this particular strategy. Before we go to talk more in details about the retrenchment strategy, at first we're going to explain the word. The word retrench based on Oxford Dictionary has the following meanings: to spend less money, cutting cost, or discontinuing operations. Now, let's talk about that why and when the organizations or how the organizations they are utilizing this particular strategy. At first, whenever the organization withdraws a product line from a market, so withdrawing a product from a market which doesn't have attractive industry, or the product does not perform as well as compared to the competitors. So the retrenchment strategy happens that the organizations are withdrawing a particular product line from the industry or leaves a geographical location. Sometimes, a retrenchment happens, in the form of that organizations they are withdrawing a particular market or a particular place. It means they stop performing in that particular geography, or they're not distributing their product to that particular geography, or limiting the distribution of the product. It means not distributing the product anymore in that market, or closing down a strategic business unit. Sometimes it happens that the organizations they are closing down or stopping or eliminating the operations of a strategic business unit inside the organization because it doesn't perform or it has a negative cash flow. Now, why the organizations are pushed or forced for the retrenchment strategy? Due to several reasons. The first one is losing the competitive advantage. Zamane ke ek business organization in an industry losing the competitive advantage, it means they're not competitive anymore. In that industry doesn't look attractive for them anymore, or they cannot compete in that industry because the competitors are doing or performing much better than them in any way, or maybe the competition is very high, too tough. There are the entry barriers, or they do not have the core competencies to meet the requirement or to meet that competition, or lack of the core competencies. Either the business itself internally does not have a strong core competencies to meet the external competition, or lose of the market share. A particular business in a given industry or in a particular industry is declining, losing the shares are declining, the sales are declining. So the company is using the retrenchment strategy in order to withdraw the product completely from that product or apply a different strategy. The economic ups and downs. ज़माने के ups and downs मुश्किलात economics या इक़्तिसादी दर एक market पैदा हमेशा, still the companies they prefer to use the retrenchment policy or strategy, or high cost. या वो company तरस के production cost खुदा control का दाना मेताना या production cost खुदा meet का दाना मेताना भाई मोनास्तन द कुदम industry की organization production द्वारा या competition द्वारा the other competitors they are using the economies of scales, or they may have cost leadership. Why are cost leadership द्वारा economies of scales benefits amra wa me bosha wa the other company they're having high cost of the production. So due to the high cost of the production in that industry, the company cannot compete or cannot survive. मजबूर में शे के retrench करना operations खुदा तवक़ुफ़ बता or completely finish that strategic business unit. Now let's come to discuss that what is exactly a retrenchment strategy. We can say that the retrenchment strategy are pursued by a company's product lines are performing poorly as a result of finding itself in a weak competitive position or general decline in industry or markets. What it means? Zamane ki ek company bebina ki ek product line ish da ek industry ya da ek market performance shon poor mein basha. Az lehaz shares ya az lehaz sales ya profitability da product line na mein basha. So the company is just trying to close that product line. या हम एक प्रोडक्ट लाइन बई शक्ल में बच्चे के वो परफॉर्म ना में करना रिजल्ट ना में था फाइनेंशियली वो खूबनेस वही इस तरह की कंप्लीट बिजनेस परफॉर्म ना में करना. The strategy seeks to improve the performances of the company by eliminating the weaknesses. The retrenchment में कोशिश में करने या इदारा इरा कोशिश में करना कि कमजोरी बिजनेस find out करना و कमزوری را eliminate کنه weakness از بین ببره و کمپانی را پس به پای خود استارت کنه. Or in other words, we can say that a retrenchment strategy is used by the corporations to reduce the diversity of the overall business. It means بعض وقت که از businesses بسیار diversified می باشه. یک organization having many acquisitions یا mergers داره या इस तरह के different businesses investment करा. So ज़माने के एक business unit बरशोन सही performance ना मिता. So businesses मरबूत मेशा ताकि overall size of the operations of the company उरा महदूद बसाजा या limit बसाजा. And also we can say that this strategy is often used in order to cut expenses. So while a business unit or a product line is not performing, so the organization is trying to cut the expenses in that particular unit. And the goal of this, like cutting the cost in that unit is to become, once again a stronger or financially become stronger organization. But we have to remember one thing, that retrenchment is normally just like a short run or a renewal strategy. Which is designed, by the top management of the organization in order to resize the business or in order to limit, the operations of the business or in order to use, the resources from one unit, or concentrate them and focus them on another unit for the better performances of the business. Retrenchment strategy में तो ना कि बा सेना व तदबीक शवा turn around strategy, divestment strategy, and also liquidation strategy. So let's discuss these three types of the retrenchment strategies in further details. Alright, so if a corporation with a weak competitive position in its industry, ज़माने की एक इदारा competitive position is the market weak में बाशा, the product line वो कमज़ोर में बाशा, वनमें तो ना कि customers बतरफ ख़द जल्ब कना वया income generate kana, profitableness ubaksh. So it happens that the company is selling out that part or that unit of the business in order to align the resources or gather the resources and concentrate the resources on that part which is more profitable. So by applying the divestment strategy, what the businesses do, they're just downsizing the scope of their business activities. It means they're just eliminating a portion of a business which is having a negative impact on the other portion of the business, or which is having negative cash flow, or which does not produce any profits. So that's why the organizations, they're just trying to finish that strategic unit wa resources u bakhsh bigira focus ya concentrate kana da u portion ya da u bakhsh ke ba idara या बिजनेस कैस इनकम जनरेट कदा मेतना खुद मेतना के मुख्तलिफ दलाइल शवा के businesses they are applying or utilizing the divestment strategy. The first one, it can be that the market share too small. The कदम market एक या operations में कना या compete में कना द उनजा market shares जो कमस आज खतर investment एक या सरज़ू unit कदा बहु अंदाज़ा बर्शन income generate ना में कना, so that's why they're just closing down that particular strategic unit in just using its resources on other parts or other strategic units of the organization. Or maybe the businesses, they are having the better alternatives, so that's why they're closing or divesting one part of the business. or maybe they're unable to meet the competition. The market compete makers, so they're not perfect. They do not have the competitive advantage. They do not have the core competencies to compete in that market. So that's why they're closing down their a business over there, or a strategic business unit over there. Or maybe it's like a lack of integrations. चलो कि एक यूनिट शायद हमेशा ये मौजू के द मर्जर्स या मिसाल द एक्विजिशंस जो हमेशा ज़माने की एक बिजनेस देगा बिजनेस acquire में करना. So it needs like integration कि और बात हमारा business हमारा management style खुद integrate करना. So sometimes it happens that the organizations they are failed to integrate one strategic unit with another strategic unit. So it can be the reason that they are divesting it again, or to eliminate underperforming areas. But the بعضی product lines قبلا ما گفتیم که business performance شان قدر خوبتر نمی باشه یا مجبور هستن که او areas کور کنه و negative cash flow که سوره کور کنه و او strategic unit که سوره باید sell out کنه یا divest کنه in order to take the resources and invest it in another part. Now what's a turnaround strategy? Emphasizes the improvement of operational efficiency. The turnaround idara یک دفعه باز دوباره میبینه که در کدام جای مشکلات است یا problems است which are causing the company the serious troubles. و این استیج می باشه که در این وقت اول مشکلات اقدر زیاد پخش نشده، زیاد prevalent نیستن. They are not in a critical situation. The turnaround strategy دوباره اداره که هستن strategic decision خود change میکنه و operational efficiency خود باید improve کنه. و یا من گفتم میتونیم که turn around case like it's like a retrenchment strategy used by the business enterprises. زمانی که یایتر احساس میکنه that the current adopted strategy which is like used by the business is not performing well. که فعلا کدام strategy که the business و apply کرده و strategy اقدر زیاد مفید و مؤثر نیستن. So they're just turning around in order to change that strategy and just formulate like a different strategy which can have better performances. And the turnaround strategy normally we know that it's like made by the top management of the organization in order to convert a weak strategic unit into a profitable strategic unit. So in a turnaround strategy we can have like the two phases. One is like the contraction phase. This is just like the initial moment, or this is just like the time that the problem is not that sophisticated, or the performance is not that bad. This is just like the initial part where the organization is just trying to stop the bleeding by cutting some expenses of the company, or may lay off some employees. लेकिन in this case غير ضروري مصاريفه कम में करना वही initial stage में बाशा contraction case initial stages طوال مشكل أقدر شديد या सख्त नहीं कि कंपनी रबा मुश्किलात मौजूद बसाजा stage दोम क्या सिबारत as consolidation stage में बाशा where the plans need to be developed by the plan develop शवा ताकि unnecessary costs के में बाशा वो बात कमतर शवा unnecessary general cost के में बाशा company overheads के में बाशा وربايت كمتاركنا and also to work on those functional activities which are more like important. Mana functional activities بايت انجام داده شوا که cost justified شوا. It means they are very much important. Like for example اگر با یک تولید مارکتینگ میشه و مارکتینگ مثال فعلا promotional activity یا advertisement activity اقدر مهم نباشه. So تنا مثال تا اندازه مارکتینگ کنه تا اندازه advertisement کنه که cost justified باشه. یعنی it means perform those activities or those functional activities which are very much important. The last retrenchment strategy is the liquidation. This is the last chance, the last resort, or the last options with the organizations. It's a strategy which is considered the most extreme and unattractive. Is the liquidation strategy, which involves closing down a firm and selling its assets. خو ای زمانی است که دیگه امرای کمپانی آخری آپشن می باشه یا نمیتونه که دیگه سروایو کنه در اندستری ریسورسز کافی نداره یا managerial skills شان کافی نمی باشه یا tough competition می باشه. So finally what they do, they're closing the firm and selling its assets. Company ra basta me kana wa assets siya mefro siya.